ally, someone in Halo, a friend, someone who's willing to talk about it and be accepting, and not just be accepting but loving. So it's not just I am tolerant of this, but at the same time someone that's willing to go out of their way to be like, hey, you know what, you're accepted.
Somebody who's straight but not homophobic and will stand up against homophobia when they encounter it.
An ally is any friend, gay or straight, that is really there for you no matter what. It's not someone that just tolerates who you are or what you do. It's someone that really gets you and that is willing to back you up. So that an ally for a gay person is someone that's going to stop someone from saying that's so gay, or fag or dyke or any of those slurs.
Someone that really does get what it's like to walk a mile in my shoes. I think it really is somebody who I can count on.
Somebody that doesn't discriminate against you for any reason. Someone that accepts you for who you are and would maybe defend you to others if they felt necessary to do so.
Someone I can trust, someone who I feel comfortable talking about these issues with, because even some of my really good friends, like, I haven't told them or I don't feel comfortable talking about it with them. So an ally is just someone I can really talk to about stuff like this.
An ally is a person that a gay or lesbian, in this case student, can go to that they know will be supportive, a friend, a confidant, someone who will be non-judgmental and there for them.
I think of it, first of all, as a kind of proper noun, because when I did my PhD at the University of Western Ontario, there's an ally training program. You don't get to call yourself an ally unless you've been through the training. And there, you get to call yourself an ally if you've actually spent a few hours discussing how to be more inclusive to people who identify as LGBT. Somebody who is a friend in the sense of being inclusive to people, and especially to people who, again, are on the LGBT continuum or questioning. I still follow that sort of proper noun model, though. I make sure to have some rainbows on my office door because I think that anybody could potentially be a friend, but people could potentially be an enemy, and that's kind of scary. So you need to kind of let the friendship flag fly.
Because if you have that one person who's like, I'm going to be with you no matter what, then it's a lot easier.
I think it's important because, like, everyone needs someone at some point in time in their life. Like, everyone needs that little, like, it's okay, like, I know it's weird, or you're not sure yet, or you'll come to terms with it or something like that. Like, I think it's important to help other people through.
Because it shows that not just gay people are interested in everyone being not homophobic, that, you know, straight people can be okay with it too.
I'm not gay personally, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be offended when people say stuff like that's so gay, because it's a hurtful thing to say, even if it's not meant to be.
I think it's important to be an ally because in a lot of cases it's the matter of being the voice for those that have no voice. And again, if we're talking about an inclusive environment, inclusive education, well then all people should have the same rights and should be treated as equals, regardless of their personal life decisions in terms of their sexuality, their religion.
To do your own work and to really look at your own ideas and issues around gender, around trans identity, to kind of deconstruct and interrogate some of that within yourself.
You know, really only a certain percentage of the population is gay or bisexual or transgendered. And so, you know, the dominant group is heterosexual, and it's very easy to be marginalized, and if we don't have people that are in our corner, our voices aren't going to get heard.
I think what they can do is create the sort of critical mass that's required to make this transition from schools where kids and staff members are reluctant to become engaged.
Allies in our schools can do so much. It's as simple as correcting language when they hear it from peers, teachers, etc. Just saying, did you hear what you said? Or don't say that, can you find a different way to say that? Simple little things like that mean everything.
But at the same time, people can overkill it too, right? If like 17 people are pulling you out of the halls every day to be like, you know, that's good that you did that. It kind of feels like you're almost like a science experiment in a weird way.
for me personally, like I wouldn't like someone coming up in the hall to me being like, are you okay today? Like, did anybody do anything weird today? Like, did anyone call you gay today? Like, are you okay? Like, I wouldn't want someone to make a big deal out of it, but I would like to know that they're there if I needed to talk to them and like, you know, just check in every once in a while, like, oh, things are going good or whatever like that.
To treat people the way they want to be treated, so you got to start with someone, right?
One of the hardest things to do can be to speak out when you see that, but it's also one of the most important things. So I think it's really crucial that allies behave as such. It's one thing to say that you're an ally, but again, walk the walk. What are you doing that shows that? And it doesn't have to be overt or aggressive or anything else, but you need to be visible.
When I was a teenager, I wasn't. I wouldn't have been. I was an ignorant teenager, and I have come a long way, and I'm so thrilled with that. And so I hope that in some way I can make a difference now.
I make sure that it's very clear that my teaching space is a queer positive space. So, you know, I put rainbow stickers on my office door, and I send out announcements about Pride Week.
To give suggestions maybe as far as other people that they could talk to bring in other allies, so that, you know, the person coming out is not feeling alone.
Stepping up. It means standing up in virtually every situation and being prepared to take flack.
It's not a matter of sitting back and waiting for things to happen. I think an ally speaks up at the appropriate time, intervenes when, you know, assumptions and stereotypes play out, whether that be in a hallway or whether that be in a public forum, that we're prepared to challenge some of the myths that are out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say, oh, I'm an ally, or oh, I know someone who's trans, but to actually do the work, I mean, ally is an action word.
You know, we talk about respect. We talk about social responsibility. We talk about empathy. We talk about those, but do we live them?
To get to a point where you feel okay and strong enough in yourself to call someone on a remark that's discriminatory.
And so that's where we want to ensure that when we see people being disrespectful or not aligning with those values, that we address those situations.
When you attend a GSA, you're automatically assumed gay. There's a problem there. I don't know how you break it, but do something about it.
Just coming out to a GSA in their school, if there is one, they don't even have to come out every week, but just going there even once makes a statement. It means that everyone that's in that room has, you know, bared witness to the fact that they bothered to show up or participate in some way, and when they see them in the hall, they know that that's a safe person.